Welcome to Chopping It Up with ZaNaria Bowens, and this is the first official in-person interview. As you guys may know, Chopping It Up with ZaNaria Bowens is a virtual platform that is seen on Instagram, but today we in the house Blues with Bando.From Arlington, Texas.
Yeah.
Bando, thank you so much for sitting with me today.
Of course.
About your performance, how was it?
I feel like it was cool. This was our third show in like 4 days. It was a little bit stressful on the vocal cords, but it was good overall. I like Houston a lot. This was my first time performing here.
And y'all been going up for the last couple of days, as you just stated. Y'all was in Houston, y'all just came from Dallas.
Yeah.
And before Dallas, you were in Los Angeles.
Yep, the Roxy out there in Hollywood.
And so what type of feedback have you been getting today?
Today, just a lot of people have been letting me know that it was something they didn't expect. With Sam's fan base, you kind of expect a lot more R&B, soul. I'm a little bit more brash, you know what I'm saying? But I've been getting good responses, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of a different vibe, but it's been positive overall.
Wow, not only has it been positive, but even when you used a bit of profanity, the B word, you kind of emphasized on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk about how your family or your dad specifically talked about the style of your music and the way that you kind of put it out there to your audience.
Yeah, so I was trying to explain, when I first started making music, I was using a lot of profanity because of the type of music that I heard coming up, and I wanted to just kind of emulate it, but I didn't really have any purpose behind it. It was more so just kind of filling in words rather than actually making them useful. So, when I had that conversation with my dad years ago, he kind of made it a point to let me know to use words, even fruitful words, use them purposefully. So that kind of, made me make a transition in my music and, made me be who I was instead of who I wanted fans to see me as.
That's very deep. You took all that feedback personally and from those fans out there to make that transition, to make the music that you wanted to appeal to the people. That's dope. So speaking of your music and that transition you made, let's talk about Mrs.Parker and how that whole idea kind of came to fruition.
So we were in the studio. I was in LA just randomly working on songs, and the engineer, he's from California, but he had never seen the movie Friday. And so I'm like, what? You never seen it? So so we're just watching it like on mute, just trying to come up with different songs, and then that scene comes on, and I'm just like, yo, just let me go in the studio, and I'm just gonna try to like figure it out. And the first couple lines kind of came to me, and I was like, no, this is just dope. I just want to finish it out. So yeah, that's how it came about.
Man, it's dope how you able to emulate a movie that you watch, probably a favorite movie.
Right. Oh, for sure, my favorite movie. For sure.
And then turn it into your music, so the culture, it stays in and it keep evolving.
Exactly.
I love that. Tell me about your first song that you published. Like, how did you get comfortable to putting it out there to the world?
Honestly, it's. I don't think there's ever like a time where you can be comfortable.
That's true.
It's kind of just more so about getting kind of pushed off the ledge if you don't kind of jump yourself. I came out with my first mixtape back in 2014 with one of my producers, who's my main producer now, SuperMiles. I stayed at his crib for like a week just making music. And he was kind of the one to push me to put music out because he was able to give me the confidence to be able to, show my ability, because he felt before I felt that it was, above par. You know what I'm saying?
So now you're talking about a whole team, having people around you that see the vision far beyond you.
Word.
How important is that to have a team around you, people who can see the vision far beyond you?
You see, like, this is my family. I brought people, who I've been working with for years. I've known since, my very early years in music. I brought them with me because, that's the support, the stability within that is just everything to me. I feel like you don't even necessarily need to have a team that's just, their expertise is super high, but just having people where their belief is, high, then you're able to, continue to push forward. I was telling Matt, our tour manager, the other day, earlier, I was like, I'm sorry for bringing my people with me, but you know, you gotta understand that, you know, these are people that have been with me since I was nothing in a sense. So, you know, I'll just continue to, you know, bring them along as, you know, things get bigger and better.
Man, okay. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so now being that you're from Arlington, Texas, watching tons of artists grow and get signed with different labels such as Enchanting and all these different people around the city, do you have anybody now that you have traveled from London and all these different places across the globe? Do you have anybody that you may want to collaborate with coming back home or from home?
From home, there's a lot of artists. I don't want to single out one, you know. For whoever may see this, I ain't really trying to single out one, but really just, I feel like the Dallas culture, period, is one that's just on the bubble. You know, we have been, you know, kind of making little pokes in the industry here and there in different genres of music, but I feel like now with the ability of a lot of artists in Dallas, you know, with people like Matt Banks, Coach Teb, and a lot of other artists, it's just like, you know, it's kind of just a bubble waiting to pop. So I'm just excited for the scene overall.
And shout out to you for getting up on the stage, jigging and do your thing.
Had to.
You brought out you're from Arlington, but you brought out the whole DFW culture back to Houston.
That's what I rap for,
And you taking it across the globe with you. So thank you again for sitting down with me on the episode of Chopping It Up with ZaNaria Bowens. Let everybody know where they can find you and where they can get your music and catch the vibe too.
Word. So you can find me on all streaming services. It's Bando with a period at the end. That's a little bit of an identifier. You can also see me on Instagram at I'm.Bando. My Twitter is Bando's Tweets. And yeah, like I said, I'm on all streaming services. So check me out.
Man, shout out to you. Thank you so much, Bando.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Man, thank you.